Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. Adrian, the next king. Literally, I'm speaking. Nice to see you again, Adrian. And I think it's been probably 4 or 5 months since I've seen you last, and you're 4-0 now.
Yeah, lovely to see you again. Yeah, I'm 4-0 now. Yeah, it's been an exciting journey. It's crazy. It's only been 4 months, though. Feels like how many fights has I don't remember how many fights I've had since
I'll tell you because I was watching earlier. You debuted in November last year.
Yeah.
So in under a year, you've got 4 fights, and that's, Curtis will tell you himself, that's a bit of a luxury for a heavyweight.
Yeah. So yeah, to be fair, I've seen online that people were saying it was impossible for me to get this many fights, and I always put my faith in Curtis, so I knew nothing really shakes me. I listened to his word, and what happens, you know.
Since I last seen you, I've noticed since changing the hairstyle. Have you coloured your hair? Is that braids or what you got? What's going on there?
No, my hair's always actually been coloured, but
Naturally.
no, not naturally, but in summer, because the sun goes on it comes out brighter for some reason. So yeah, I
have the same issue.
So yeah, it's weird, really, but yeah, that's what it is.
I just wanted to clarify, it's coloured in it. So,
Yeah.
What's the inspiration behind that?
Well, I think it was my mom's birthday, the day before my mom's birthday, or something like that, and she likes doing stuff with my hair, so I just let her do it. You know, I asked her, "Do you want to do this with my hair?" And she's like, "Yeah." We had a great time, and then yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Wicked. So how do you think his journey's gone? Like, from what you planned out, and you bigged him up so much when I first met you about Adrian. You managed to get him the fights, which I'm shocked about, I'll be honest, because most heavyweights will tell you it's not easy getting 2 fights, let alone 4, and he's still under a year.
Yeah, for sure. He's got 2 more left, so he's fighting again October the 11th, and then he'll fight again November the 2nd over in the Cayman Islands. So it'll be 6 fights he'll have in the first 12 months as a professional. So yeah, really happy with his progress. Like I've said all along, he's still a baby. He's 19 years of age, still got a hell of a lot of development physically to do. But yeah, we're in exactly where I thought we'd be. It's starting to create a little bit of a buzz now. You know, a lot of people stop me, and the messages I get, a lot of them are about Adrian. Oh, I've seen his last fight, he's coming on, he's getting better and better. And I think that's the beauty of seeing him early, is you're going to get to see this kid develop from literally, I mean, when I first had him, when he first came in, his arms and legs were all over the place, and now all of a sudden, you're seeing him develop in front of your eyes. And like I've said, and I'll say it again, one day this kid will be the heavyweight champion of the world. I've never been more sure about anything in my life.
And I think I definitely would back you up on that from what I've seen so far. With regards to the last fight, you touched on it there, that knockout was cold, that counter left hook. What I liked about that the most was the composure you showed, because most heavyweights, in fact any weight, young fighters, when they drop somebody and they get back up, they're literally like, they're looking for a clean finish, they're like rushing. But you was like a 20-fight pro expert. What was going through your mind when you dropped him? Just tell me what first thing, like when you went wham, left hook.
I would be lying if I said I wasn't a tiny bit excited, because I was a tiny bit excited. But to be honest, it's kind of like my personality, really. I always feel composed. You'll never really see me jumping, shouting, and getting.
Is that because you're shy?
Yeah, maybe.
I do sense that you're like.
Maybe, yeah, but I don't think it's because I'm shy, so I'm not gonna show off. I do like showing off, but you just won't know. You know what I mean? Like,
But you're saying that you're performing in front of like hundreds of people.
Yeah. It's crazy.
His hometown as well.
Yeah. I think somewhere deep down, I am a bit of a show off. I think that's what it might be. But yeah, in those moments, I'm always in my head. It's bliss, if that makes sense. My head is clear, and I know what I need to do.
That excitement feeling that you had, I want you to explain that. What did you think? Did you think, yo, that was fucking sick? Or what you thinking when you dropped him? Because the shot, because I don't know if you knew, it looked so good on camera, but you did it, so you knew how good it looked.
Yeah, it was I don't know, it wasn't really like me saying anything. It was like a buzz of excitement. I went, Oh, that was good. And I walked back to my neutral corner. So yeah, and then I got the job done.
Do you know why he wasn't jumping up and down? Because I know you shouldn't really talk as much about sparring, but I've seen this kid do that. I don't want to exaggerate it, 'cause people, I don't want to turn into Billy Nelson, but I've seen him drop 15, 20 kids in sparring, so this isn't nothing new. So when he hits people and they go down, it's not like, oh my God, what have I done? He does this on a regular. But yeah, there's not much gets Adrian excited. He is that guy. He's very, very laid back.
He is, and I saw your post-fight interview. I think was it your mum that came in on the interview as well. He said some things I've never kind of expected. You know, is that, you know, where did that come from?
It first came from I was on a radio show, and I never planned it. It just came out of nowhere. I was talking about my life and all the things that happened, like my personal experiences, and yeah, we came onto that topic, and then afterwards, Kez was like, "Wow, that's really powerful. You should talk about your experiences more. You know, it might help other people and such and such." So that's where that came from, really.
I rate that, because in that moment of, like, you know, where your emotions are so excited and you're happy, and you kind of went back to a place where you probably wasn't happy. You know, what kind of made you feel like that was a moment for just let it all out?
Yeah. Well, I feel like in your greatest moments, you've always got to remember where you came from and how you got there and where you started. So it's not going to be my greatest moment, but it is just, I always need to remind myself, you know, where I came from. After every win, loss, or whatever it is, this is where I came from, and I'm going to express it, you know.
Anything you want to share now that you feel like it may be like a reminder to kind of keep that mindset going, that where I've come from?
Yeah, I think the main thing I like doing is, when it comes to things like that, is not so much talk about me, but other people, you know, out there that may be dealing with difficult things that I was going through, whatever it would be, bullying, whatever. That I want people to use me as an example one day, as say, look where this guy came from zero to hero, really. And I want to show that it's possible for anyone, no matter like what your circumstances, you know. I want to be that positive role model, hopefully. So yeah.
From that experience, how do you deal with because the world we live in now, you're on Twitter. Do you manage all your Twitter and social accounts? Because I see that a lot of people think Curtis runs them.
Yeah, no, it's all me. But I've always, you know, I never get offended by anyone's opinions. So at the end of the day, to me, it's just an opinion. It doesn't affect me mentally or anything. Some of them are actually quite funny. But yeah, that's it really. With social media, it's never, I'm never really too invested in it. I do enjoy talking to people on there, like, you know, especially people that support me and stuff, but it's never like taking over my life or anything like that, you know.
Because the most common tweet you'll get, or it doesn't always have to be a tweet, it could be somebody on a video saying it, because there's a lot of bullies out there, as we was talking about earlier, that love to put people down, and whether they're commenting or saying stuff on videos about people that they've never met, and they'll be like saying, oh, you fought a bum, or he was cruiserweight, or you're not that good anyway, your chin's not going to be good, and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like that. So you're telling me when you see these kind of comments, you just find them funny?
Yeah, most of them are quite funny, to be honest, because I do sometimes find ignorance funny, because it's not their fault, they don't understand. So I just laugh it off, really, because it is what it is. Doesn't annoy me. More times it's funny than anything, so yeah.
What do you think about the person he's developing into, Curtis? From what I like about today is that the first time I met you, I don't know if you took the advice I gave you the last time I met you. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember what I said to you?
I think you said something along the lines of coming out your shell and being more, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, treat it as a conversation rather than like an interrogation. I think I said to you, go and watch people like Lennox Lewis and see how he came across in interviews. And I'm loving the fact that he's he's not. When I spoke to him for the first time, he was like trying to get blood out of a stone. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like it's quite natural. How you finding him, the person he's becoming now, or the man he's becoming?
I think part of Adrian's journey is not just boxing, but his journey as a young man as well. And I think his personality is really coming out not only in front of camera, but also in the ring. You know, I see Adrian every day, I see him spar. He's got loads of things that people don't know anything about. People won't realise how tough this kid is. You know, what great chin he's got. You know, this kid could take it, and he's got a real steely determination. And because he doesn't articulate it and he's quite quiet, people don't get to see it. But, you know, I'm glad you said that, because the first time you seen him, that's just a year ago. He's a different man now already. And I think it just shows the beauty of our sport, which is boxing, what it can do for young men, and what it's done for Adrian already is fantastic. And like I said, I'm just loving being part of the process and watching him grow and develop as a young man, because, you know, obviously I'm his trainer, I'm his manager, but above all that, I'm his friend. You know, I want the best for him. I want him to be a successful young man in life, and boxing is just a little part of his life. There's miles more that this kid's going to be able to do than just boxing. He's such an inspiration for a lot of kids. You're saying like trying to get blood out of a stone. When I first met him when he was 14, 15, the hour, I used to see him like for an hour twice a week. Trust me, that was the longest hour of my life. You know, I'd maybe get 3 words out of him. You know, it was a yes, Mr. Woodhouse, and that'd be it, and everything was a nod or a shake of the head. So to see how he's developed just in 4 years, which is nothing, is it? You know, to see what the young man, how he is now, you know, it's brilliant. I'm proud of him.
There's going to be loads of kids out there that, you know, because sometimes when you're big and people would assume that you're going to be walking with confidence, but obviously you wasn't. So what advice would you give to them kids out there that would probably like you when you was 15, that's scared to get a word out? Not scared, but do you know what I mean?
I think my advice is to find something that you don't have to be good at it, but find something you enjoy that you can focus your time on. Because what I've found is people, especially when you're young, say if you're young and you're very easy to spot out. I was always easy to spot out of everyone in my friend group. You've definitely got to find something that makes you happy, I guess. That's the easiest way to put it. And then keep working on it. And then that will, like I did with boxing, that will change how, the way people look at you, how you feel about yourself, and how you handle yourself, you know? And I feel like that's been the case with me. It doesn't have to be sport, it can be anything. It can be literally anything, drawing or whatever. I advise people to go out there and find something, you know? So, yeah.
Well, I think when I spoke to you outside boxing, I think you said you was into PlayStation. Have you got any new hobbies or anything else that you kind of pass your time on?
No, just I'm waiting for this boxing game to come out. I think it's called Undisputed.
October.
Yeah, hopefully when that comes out, I'm spending my pocket money on that. But, yeah, that's the games I play. But
Hopefully I'm on one day.
Yeah,
hopefully you're on one of the games.
Hopefully Undisputed gets me on there. That'd be so. Yeah, even if it's like, you know, there's so many things people can do. You just got to look for it. So yeah.
You do, and then I saw you put a tweet out earlier today, Curtis, because your journey is going to be moving so fast. So many things are happening because of his size and his boxing style. And you know, we've spoken about this before. He could actually be great sparring for anyone that's fighting, say Anthony Joshua, or somebody who wants to maybe mimic that Tyson Fury style. Maybe not the same size, but the boxing style. How do you kind of control that? We've had these conversations before. I love the fact that you refuse a lot of it because you want to kind of mold him at the right pace.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I won't be exaggerating if I said everyone within the top 15, certainly in the UK, has been on the phone to spar him at some point. And some spars are not right for him just yet, you know, because ultimately he is still developing, he is still very young. And what I'm very cautious about with Adrian is I don't want to get him knocked about too much. I have a saying which I like to use. I like to bend them, but not break them. So bend them just to that point where you're like, oh yeah, this is right on his limits, you know. Bearing in mind he did a week with Martin Bacoli just before he fought Jared Anderson, which was a hard week. But he equipped himself so well. And to be honest, I'm guided by him. I will push him as far as he shows me he's able to be pushed. But yeah, everyone wants to spar him. He's perfect. He's fast. He's athletic. He's strong. He's raw. He can punch. So if you want someone like an Anthony Joshua or Daniel Dubois, and you want to kind of mimic their style, then this is the kid you want. But yeah, my job is to make sure that I don't break him. Just keep bending him as much as I can.
You've been in the ring with, I think, Josie Parker before his fight with, who was it now?
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder. I think Tyson Fury did a bit with you. You've done Bacoli. I know you do Dave Allen quite a bit as well. Which ones have you kind of like maybe been starstruck on, or maybe you just thought, bloody hell, what am I doing here?
Probably the top one that comes straight to mind. You say that is Bacoli, and his work rate really, and so many other things. Like I could go on and on and on really. But yeah, definitely Bacoli. Then I don't know. It's
starstruck wise.
Starstruck. I was starstruck when I sparred Tyson Fury. I was like, what is going on?
He came back after the first round. Let me tell this story. So he came back after the first round with Tyson Fury. So I gave him a mouthful of water. He said, he's good, isn't he? I was like, I don't know what you're expecting, mate, but yeah, the heavyweight champion of the world, he's not bad.
Yeah.
So that was an eye opener jumping in with him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Were you scared to let your hands go, like thinking, shit, I don't want to like cut him or whatever?
No, not really. I was just more like starstruck. I couldn't stop looking at him. I'm pretty sure he's very uncomfortable because I was just staring in his eyes. I was like, what is going on? I was like, but yeah, that would be my starstruck, I'm assuming. So yeah.
I'm glad you did that because I put the call into Andy Lee, I think it was, and I said to him, got this kid, he's got fast hands. I'm glad you kind of enjoyed that experience and you got to do something with Tyson because you'll never forget that because that's the first time that you kind of mixed with like A-star level fighters. So as a question for you, Curtis, let's just say Daniel Dubois, Don Charles rings you up saying, all right, he's the same size as AJ, we want some of that work. Why would you stop that from happening? I just saw other trainers and people in boxing can understand why you won't just chuck this kid in. Because you'll get paid for that as well.
Yeah, of course. And that phone call might have already happened. So the reason, well, there is no reason why I'd say no. I take everyone on its merit, really. Someone like Daniel Dubois, what I'd have to take into consideration is, number one, his punch power. You listen to it. I'd make some phone calls about other people that have sparred him. What's he like in sparring? You know, because
everyone talks about
some people spar differently. I've sparred with kids where I'm thinking, oh wow, this is going to be hard work. But they're just in there and they get in the range, they're figuring things out. And I've sparred with other people that want to come and take your head off. So I always do my research of kind of what type of person the person is. You know, you ring anyone and ask about Daniel Dubois, the first thing they say is, he hits so hard. So then I think, well, what's my fighter getting out of this spar? He's not a sparring partner. So when he goes and spars, he turns up to spar, not like a sparring partner. He's not trying to get through rounds. I say to him, when you go down there, if they're paying you, then you go and show you're worth this money. So we go down with an attitude of, we're not a sparring partner. So then I have to work out whether this is going to be beneficial for my guy. I don't mean this in a bad way at all. We're not here to help Daniel Dubois. I'm not. I'm here to progress Adrian's career. So I just work out whether it's going to be beneficial for him or not. And then I add it all together and think, yay or nay.
And I respect that. That shows that Curtis has got your best interest at heart. Because not say most trainers, but some trainers may look at that and go, there's an extra few grand here. I could just pocket whilst he's not fighting. Do you know what I mean? So I respect that. You've had a message online I saw this morning about USYK. A potential date with USYK could be on the horizon. Would you be interested? Would you accept something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the first thing I do is get on the phone. What's he like in sparring? So yeah, that's an opportunity we'd most definitely take.
What do you think about potentially?
I'm saying I'd take it. I'm not once jumping in with him. You better ask him.
You said you were starstruck seeing Tyson Fury. You could potentially spar a two-time Olympic gold medalist. I think he won the World Championships as well. And he's undisputed at cruiserweight and undisputed at heavyweight. He's basically, when you complete a game, he's completed boxing.
Tomorrow I'll go. He's literally like you just said, when you complete a game, he is the master. He's the final boss. Yeah, I really do like USYK and everything he stands for, really. Yeah, it would be an honor to go up there and share a ring with him. Yeah. That's all I can really say. I would definitely be starstruck, and I'd go there with the intent of wanting an invite back. So, yeah, definitely.
AJ Dubois next week. I don't know if you're in that zone where you like to give predictions or not. How do you think that's going to turn out?
It's a tricky one because you just don't know. This is heavyweight boxing after all, and things can go left pretty quickly for either fighter. So I guess people are edging towards AJ, but I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know.
You're going to sit on the fence, yeah?
I don't know. I really don't know.
What you saying, Curtis?
I think AJ. I just think AJ will be too refined. People talk about AJ as this massive puncher. Obviously, he can really, really fight, but he's also technically very, very good. He's a straight puncher. He's very accurate, and he's an excellent counter puncher as well. And I just think he'll be a little bit too refined right now for Daniel Dubois. I really like Daniel as well. Looking at how he's training, I'm predicting him to stick it right on AJ, and I think that will be his undoing. I do also think AJ has to get him in within 4 or 5 rounds. I think if that fight goes long, I think Dubois could end up getting on top of AJ, but I just think AJ's too much of a sharpshooter. And I am an AJ fanboy as well, so I really, really like the guy. I think he's a great fighter. I think he knocks Daniel Dubois out.
Okay, and last one, what do you think of the decision for Tyson to stick with the same training team? Because some people have had the opinion that maybe he should look for a change. What do you think?
I think it's an individual thing, isn't it? You know, some people go through the whole career with the same trainer, other people jump around. I think Tyson is experienced enough to know what's right for him. And if he's decided to stay with the same training team, that's right for him, then good luck. I mean, who are we to tell Tyson Fury what to do? Like, you're talking about completing the game, he's pretty much done it himself. The fight with Usyk was an unbelievable fight as well. You know, I don't think people talk enough about how good that fight was. I was running around my living room, shadowboxing like a maniac. And to see when he got hurt really, really badly and was staggering all over the ring it was a wild scene. It was a great, great fight. Can't wait for the rematch. But yeah, he knows what he's doing, doesn't he? So I think we've got to trust him on it.
Have you met Lennox Lewis yet? I just randomly thought, have you had any communication
No,
with Lennox
never.
Lewis?
Never.
No.
Because that's the guy you model
He'd be our guy, wouldn't he?
Yeah, that would definitely be my guy. He's the top. He is my favorite boxer. So yeah.
Don't hold me on it. I'm going to make that happen.
Really?
Really?
I'll make that happen. Leave that with me. I'll make that
We're definitely not sparring Lennox.
Yeah.
happen. I mean, just even a conversation
Yeah,
or on the phone or FaceTime or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm going to make that happen.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, bro. Okay.
Yeah. So, any last words? You know, you're doing all right with sponsors, all that kind of stuff. Because people who are watching this, hopefully, they can kind of see that how genuine you are, and maybe they want to get part of your journey. How can they do that?
Just contact us on social media.
Yeah.
You know, we're always looking for help. Must admit, supporting a heavyweight is hard. It's expensive.
Yeah.
And my job as his trainer, his manager, but more than anything, his friend, I just want to give him the best opportunity I can. So any help we can get with any sponsors, and yeah, just reach out to us on social media, and yeah, we'd love that.
Yeah. Social media handles: Instagram Adrian King 189 and Instagram Adrian the King 18. Have I updated 18?
I don't know.
Because it was
Keep all the socials the same, not the same.
Yeah. Because it was 16 when I made it, because I was 16. So yeah. Even
It doesn't change as you get older automatically.
No. Crazy though. Now I think how I made that when I was 16.
Yeah.
You know, long journey. Yeah.
Jazz, any last words, Adrian, before I let you go?
No. Thank you for having me. Yeah. That was it really. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, we appreciate your support. Like I said, you were here from day one. I remember I reached out to you and said, listen, I got this kid. You know, I'd love you to come and give him a little bit of airtime. Very shy. It'll be hard work. And we understand you. So you did all that traveling. And I understand YouTube a little bit. You wouldn't have made money. You're losing money. Again, you're going to come here. This ain't going to get the views that an Anthony Joshua would get. You're going to lose
not
money.
about that, though.
No, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, we appreciate you putting your time into it. 2 young kids that no one really knows of, you know, to build them. So we appreciate you. Because, listen, I reached out to a lot of people, and a lot of people ignored me. And you didn't. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
Respect, Curtis. We go back a long way, so
Yeah, man.
and that always counts. Thank you for your time, Adrian and Curtis, and I look forward to the next one.